Jujutsu Kaisen, created by Gege Akutami, features thrilling battles, memorable characters, and the unique concept of domain expansion. These powerful techniques create special spaces where sorcerers and curses enhance their abilities, showcasing their unique personalities and fighting styles. Let's dive into the top 10 most amazing domain expansions in Jujutsu Kaisen and see their incredible powers and impact on the story. Number 10. Tomb of the Star, Choso. Choso, a character born from the Death Painting Womb, possesses a domain expansion known as Tomb of the Star. This domain is a manifestation of his profound control over blood manipulation techniques, showcasing his abilities in a manner that is both terrifying and awe-inspiring. When Choso activates Tomb of the Star, the environment undergoes a dramatic transformation. The surroundings become shrouded in darkness, and the air thickens with an oppressive, eerie atmosphere. Blood begins to pool and flow unnaturally throughout the domain, creating an environment reminiscent of a macabre and nightmarish landscape. The domain's aesthetic, with its haunting and surreal elements, reflects Choso's deep connection to death and his role as a death painting. Number 9. Jailhouse Lock, Mimi. Mimi, a master tactician and skilled jujutsu sorcerer, wields the domain expansion known as Jailhouse Lock. This domain creates a labyrinthine prison where Mimi can control the layout and movement of walls and barriers, effectively trapping her opponents in a constantly shifting maze. The constantly changing nature of this domain makes it difficult for opponents to find their bearings or predict Meme's movements. She can create dead ends, close off escape routes, and open up new pathways to set traps and ambushes. This control over the environment allows Meme to leverage her superior tactical skills, positioning herself advantageously and exploiting her enemy's confusion. If you're enjoying learning about these amazing domain expansions in Jujutsu Kaisen, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe before we dive deeper into our list. Number 8. Hollow Wicker Basket, Hanami. Hanami, a curse deeply connected to nature, wields the domain expansion known as Hollow Wicker Basket. This domain transforms the area into a dense, verdant forest, teeming with plant life under Hanami's control. Within this domain, Hanami can manipulate vegetation with extraordinary precision and speed, using it for both offensive and defensive purposes. The Hollow Wicker Basket is a dynamic environment where plants can rapidly grow and regenerate. Hanami can summon thick vines to entangle and crush opponents, create barriers of intertwined branches to block attacks, and release toxic spores or razor-sharp leaves to incapacitate enemies. Number 7. Gravitational Moon Palace, Yuki Tsukumo. Yuki Tsukumo, a special-grade jujutsu sorcerer with a deep understanding of the fundamental forces of the universe, wields the domain expansion known as Gravitational Moon Palace. Within this domain, she can manipulate gravitational fields to an extraordinary degree, altering the weight and gravitational pull on objects and individuals. Inside the Gravitational Moon Palace, Yuki can increase gravity to crush her enemies or decrease it to make them float helplessly. She can create areas of intense gravitational pull to draw her opponents into traps or use anti-gravity zones to evade attacks effortlessly. This domain highlights Yuki's scientific approach to jujutsu, using gravity as a weapon to gain a strategic advantage. Number 6. Embodiment of Bountiful Harvest, Jogo. Jogo, a powerful curse embodying the destructive forces of nature, wields the domain expansion known as Embodiment of Bountiful Harvest. This domain transforms the immediate surroundings into a hellish volcanic landscape, mirroring Jogo's affinity with fire and earth. In the Embodiment of Bountiful Harvest, Jogo's already formidable cursed energy is significantly amplified. He can summon and direct streams of lava, create volcanic eruptions beneath his enemies, and manipulate the heat and pressure within the domain to incinerate anything in his path. The oppressive heat and the unstable terrain make it extremely difficult for opponents to maneuver or escape, trapping them in a deadly environment. Number 5. Horizon of the Captivating Scanda, Kirara Hoshi. Kirara Hoshi's domain expansion, Horizon of the Captivating Scanda, manifests as a complex space governed by celestial patterns. Within this domain, movement is dictated by these patterns, forcing opponents to navigate through a labyrinth of stars and constellations. Each celestial marker affects the position and trajectory of those within, creating a strategic puzzle that enemies must solve to move effectively. This domain's intricate design requires opponents to think several steps ahead, adding an intellectual challenge to the physical combat. Horizon of the captivating Scanda emphasizes Kurara's role as a tactician, showcasing their ability to outsmart and outmaneuver opponents through strategic complexity. Number 4. Self-Embodiment of Perfection, Mahito. Mahito, a curse who embodies humanity's fear of the unknown, wields the domain expansion known as Self-Embodiment of Perfection. Within this domain, Mahito gains complete control over the souls of those trapped inside, allowing him to reshape their bodies at will. This power reflects Mahito's twisted philosophy that the human form and soul are infinitely malleable. The grotesque and nightmarish nature of this domain underscores the horror elements in Jujutsu Kaisen, as Mahito can manipulate his victims in ways that are both horrifying and lethal. This domain makes Mahito a profoundly dangerous adversary, capable of inflicting both physical and psychological terror. Number 3. Chimera Shadow Garden, Megumi Fushiguro. Megumi Fushiguro's Chimera Shadow Garden is a versatile and adaptive domain expansion. When activated, it covers the area in shadows, granting Megumi the ability to summon and control multiple Shikigami with enhanced precision and power. This domain amplifies his 10 Shadows technique, allowing him to deploy more complex and effective combat strategies. Within Chimera Shadow Garden, Megumi can merge with the shadows, using them to launch surprise attacks or evade enemy strikes. This domain not only showcases Megumi's potential and ingenuity, but also his tactical acumen, as he often uses it to turn the tide of battle in his favor. Number 2. Malevolent Shrine, Sukuna. Ryomen Sukuna, the legendary king of curses, wields a domain expansion called Malevolent Shrine. This domain materializes a grand demonic shrine that traps his opponents within its confines. Unlike most domains, Sukuna's does not create a separate space, but rather manifests his shrine in the existing environment. Within this shrine, Sukuna's cursed techniques are enhanced to devastating levels, allowing him to unleash attacks with extraordinary precision and lethality. The visual and thematic elements of Malevolent Shrine, with its ornate and sinister architecture, underscore Sukuna's regal yet terrifying nature, reinforcing his status as an almost invincible entity within the series. Number 1. Infinite Void, Satoru Gojo. Satoru Gojo, the series' most powerful Jujutsu sorcerer, possesses the awe-inspiring domain expansion known as Infinite Void. When activated, this domain transports the target to a realm where they are inundated with infinite information and stimuli. The sheer scale and intricacy of Infinite Void highlights Gojo's unparalleled mastery of Jujutsu. Not only does it demonstrate his supreme intellect and control over cursed energy, but it also emphasizes his dominance in combat. Battles against Gojo often conclude swiftly once he deploys his domain, showcasing why he is feared by both sorcerers and curses. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about the top 10 godlike domain expansions in Jujutsu Kaisen, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this.